My name is Al High, and you are tuned into Casual Highlights, the podcast, part of the BS3 network. Welcome to another edition of Casual Highlights, the podcast, part of the BS3 network. My name is Al High. I'm host and founder of Casual Highlights. I'm also a multimedia creative, content photographer, and your podcast host. Episode 71 of the Emaw-Rockchalk report. All right, we got to now give love to the men. The men have been dominating this week on both sides, on both corners. Let's start with Kansas State. Now, on last Thursday, Jerome Tang said in his press conference, somebody's going to get hot. Why can't it be us? And sure enough, on last Saturday, his team won by 10 at home to BYU. And then Monday night was a thriller. They shot 11 for 17 in the first half from the three-point line. They were up by as many as 25 points, lost the lead, roller coaster ride, and somehow or another, his team beats West Virginia in overtime on Monday night. So Kansas State picks up 2 major wins, now improves to 7-8 in Big 12 conference play with the win against BYU 84-74 on last Saturday and defeating West Virginia 94-90 in overtime. Tyler Medea Perry had 29 points. Cam Carter had 19. And also on Monday night, Kansas State set an NCAA record with their 7th overtime win of the season. 7 overtime wins in the season. Dominating. Now listen to this. Jerome Tang is 12-0 as a head coach in overtime. Like I said earlier, K-State was up by 22 points at half. They let it go. They were sleeping. They didn't have that mentality of we're going to put our foot on their neck. And they let West Virginia back in the game. West Virginia, you start making shots. What it is. However, Kansas State got the victory. Now, right now, according to most people, bracketologists, Kansas State is still on that bubble. They're sitting on the outside of the NCAA tournament. The magic number that I've been saying on this podcast is 9. 9 wins is where they have to get to in order to make the NCAA tournament. 9 is the magic number that they have to reach in order to get in. They have 2 big games coming up, but before KU, they have to handle business at Cincinnati on Saturday. And I've seen Cincinnati in person play Kansas, and they gave Kansas a run for the money at the Allen Fieldhouse. Before they go to Allen on Wednesday, the Kansas State Jayhawks, the Kansas State Wildcats, they have to handle business at Cincinnati. And to me, pick up a huge quality road win and momentum to go into Allen Fieldhouse next Tuesday, because I will be in the building for that Sunflower Showdown between KU and K-State. Now let's get to the KU men. My goodness. What is going on with KU? Now, KU did pick up a big win. They played phenomenally well against Texas. I mean, they dominated from start to finish against Texas, which could be the final time they ever play, barring the Big 12 tournament. This could be the final time that KU plays Texas in the Big 12 conference. However, they picked up a dominant win against Texas. But then it came Tuesday night when they played BYU. And BYU came into Allen Fieldhouse and quieted the crowd of Allen Fieldhouse in the Kansas faithful. My goodness. KU was up by as many as 13 points against BYU and lost the game 76-68. Sent shockwaves through the Big 12 and through college basketball. Jackson Robinson came off the bench and had a total of 18 points Dallin Hall also had a total of 18 as well. And everybody is talking about it, but that 3-point shot of BYU got this team back into the game. Hunter Dickinson led all scoring for Kansas with 17 points. KJ Adams finished with 11. Johnny Furphy with 10. DeJuan Harris with 12. And Nick Timberlake, who's been a spark coming into the starting lineup, had 9 points. I'm going to say this about Kansas. It is tough for them right now. They don't have their best scorer in Kevin McCullough. Bill Self said it's not day-to-day with him. It is week-to-week. Could Kevin McCullough be out for the rest of the season? I hope not. I hope the young man comes back and competes and plays. But the way Bill Self is making it sound, it's sounding like he may not be back for the rest of the year. And that is a major loss for Kansas. Not only is the leading scorer on the Kansas squad, but he's also, I think, one of the top leading scorers in Big 12 play. BYU came in like this: we cannot lose to both Kansas schools on this Kansas road trip. Somebody about to get it. And long and behold, the Kansas Jayhawks would have went to get it. Kansas is going to be still in the tournament. Kansas will make the NCAA tournament. But this is a big blow. This has fully let us know, this game let us know, okay, KU is in trouble. And Bill Self has been saying it for a while now. Hey, our bench players have to step up. Our bench has to step up and do their job. And we're really seeing the effects of the injuries, of the inexperience. And this is unusual territory for Kansas because KU right now, record is they're a third seed right now in Big 12 play right now. They're sitting at 9-6 in the Big 12 conference, right behind Iowa State and Houston. Kansas has never lost 7 games in a conference under the Bill Self era. Bill Self has been with KU for 21 years. Usually they have either won the Big 12 or shared the Big 12. I think maybe 18 or 19 years out of his time as the head coach of Kansas. They have never had worse than 6 losses. So 7 or more. He's never had 7 losses aboard. They head to Baylor on Saturday. You know how close Baylor was to beating KU at the house, at Allen Fieldhouse, and how that game went down to the wire. This is going to be a tough road game for Kansas. We'll be watching that game on Saturday. We're going to see what happens, and we hope for the best for KU and K-State this weekend. K-State heads to Cincinnati. KU men head down to Baylor, to Waco, Texas, to take on the Baylor Bears. Go Wildcats. Go Jayhawks. This is Al High. Till next time, God bless. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to Casual Highlights Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Also follow the platform on Instagram and YouTube at Casual Highlights. That's HYGHLIGHTS. Till next time, disrespect your senses.